Happy Thanksgiving to all of our American viewers. It's CFM Radio.
Greetings of the season, I suppose. Welcome back, if you can believe it. We are here for another Wednesday edition of CFM Radio.
Wednesday edition of CFM Radio. We are American, so we are not going to have a Thursday edition this week.
Nope.
But there's quite a bit of news out there that we want to get through.
Yeah, a lot of hot heads on the horizon for tonight.
Yeah. Not to mention an interesting new nostalgic release. Well, the only one really worth talking about this week.
Yeah, big franchise. Lots of fans.
A lot of fans. But Drix, have you been playing anything lately? What have you been warming up to before Thanksgiving?
You know, I'm in a bit of an AEW phase. I went to the pay-per-view Full Gear at the Kia Forum last Saturday. You might even catch me doing a silly dance on their Instagram for Swerve Strickland when he shows up and his partner in crime is dancing around on stage. It's kind of hilarious. But I've been playing the AEW game, Fight Forever. And it's pretty cool. If you're a fan of their franchise of wrestling, you should definitely pick it up. But it's a lot of fun. I'm going through the road to being elite as John Moxley.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, a little rough around the edges, not a perfect game, even after a couple patches, but definitely for fans of AEW and professional wrestling.
Nice. Hey, I know a lot of people who really like AEW, and I know a lot of people who ended up really liking the Fight Forever game. So yeah, if you're a fan, you might as well check that game out. Yeah, and it might be a part of these Black Friday sales we're going to talk about a little later.
Oh yeah, definitely something you'd want to consider picking up on sale.
For me, I've been speaking of Black Friday, I picked up a DLC for a game that I fell in love with a while back this year that I kind of put down because we just got so many new releases. But I gotta say, it's interesting to pick up Age of Wonders 4 after so long, see all the UI cleanups, see all the new changes, balance changes, and the new the first round of DLC was on sale on Steam, so I picked it up, and customizing your dragon ruler is pretty awesome. But I also checked out the brand new expansion for it, and while I haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, it looks really cool, and the game is really sucking me back in. It really proves that this year was packed full of really incredible releases. And it was easy to miss a couple of these ones. And, Age of Wonders 4, it's a great 4X game. Probably the best 4X game Paradox has released so far, I would say. And just in terms of complete customizability and raw gameplay, very, very fun and good game. Knocks it out of the park. And it could, you think about it, went a little bit overlooked. And I think it's a little bit of a shame. So I fell back in love with Age of Wonders 4. I'm still running through Armored Core 6's New Game Plus. I want to try to get through that New Game Plus shit before I jump back into Spider-Man 2 and go into that New Game Plus.
Okay, yeah, meaty titles offering you multiple playthroughs, and that's definitely something fans love. Especially when, like, an Armored Core comes with different story options that just really, expand the storytelling horizon.
Yeah, giving you different takes on familiar scenarios, or even completely new missions based upon your the different choices that you're given. And they're not for nothing. There might only be one new release we're talking about, but we were just hot off the heels of Super Mario RPG, Call of Duty. The new EA Sports, the football club, the FC is out, and that's still, people are still going crazy about that. Starfield's on Game Pass. Plus, Persona 5 Tactica is on Game Pass. Like a Dragon Gaiden is on Game Pass. These Game Pass games, Drakes, I'm trying to play these too. I played a little bit of Persona 5 Tactica. Honestly, I don't think it's as... I got about 8 hours into it. 8 hours. I got about 8 hours into it. Not really my thing. Not as tactical.
Not reinventing the wheel.
It's not even like that. It just doesn't feel as tactical as I thought it might be. Maybe I'm not giving a fair shot, but I'm about 8 hours in, and I don't really feel like... I feel like I've steamrolled the hell out of this. And I feel like the new Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hope even offered me a little bit more of like okay, this is an interesting... I have to look at this from a couple of different angles rather than me steamrolling the first 8 hours of this game. And I'm like, well... got all these characters and they're all really cool and I like them and they're chibi, but the game is kind of boring. Like a Dragon Gaiden, really cool. I'm liking it.
Oh man, AEW had a Like a Dragon Gaiden street fight where some of the wrestlers were cosplaying. Chris Jericho had his suit on. I was really stoked by that. That was incredible. Yeah. Sponsored by Sega, you know.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Kenny Omega had Sega tights on.
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
RGG Studios.
Oh,
Yuga Gotoku, yeah. They were all over that stuff. And some Japanese wrestlers, of course. But again, been on an AEW kick.
Hell yeah. Well, you know, we want to get into the first story, but Drix, let's kick back for a minute. What are we about to jam on?
We're coming out of a song called Light Velocity from Gran Turismo 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's get into something a little feelsy. We're going to do an a cappella version of Dreams from the Sega Saturn classic,
Ooh.
Nights into Dreams.
It's showtime!
We're going to have a nice time with our friends and family this holiday weekend.
Absolutely. Acapella Dream, Nights and Dreams, CFM Radio.
In a dream I could see you are not far away. Anytime, any place, I can see your face. You're that special one that I've been waiting for. And I hope you're looking for someone like me.
In my dreams, I can hear you calling me in the night. Everything is so sweet in your eyes. I feel there's so much inside. Oh yeah.
In the night, dream delight, I want to see you standing there. In the night, dream delight, I found someone who really cares.
In a dream we can do everything we want to. There's nowhere I'd rather be but here with you. The stars above light the way only for you and I'm so glad I found the one I've been looking for. Keep the dream of the one you're holding. wrong, and you're sure to find the one, find the way
In the night, in delight, I want to see you standing there. In the night, dream delight, I found someone who really cares. In the night, dream delight, I want to see you smile again. In the night, dream delight, you are the one I've waited for.
Diggity, diggity dog.
CFM Radio.
Yeah, we're starting nice and smooth today, but we are gonna get into a little bit of dirty talking with this WWF No Mercy exhibition menu music.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. About to get a little bit dirty. Because while we Americans are looking forward to a day of bountiful feasting across the pond, it seems like Sony has landed itself in some hot water. From Reuters. The headline reads, quote, Sony is facing a $7.9 billion mass lawsuit over PlayStation Store prices. From the article. Quote, Sony must face a mass lawsuit worth up to 6.3 billion pounds, the equivalent of $7.9 billion, over claims that the PlayStation maker abused its dominant positioning, leading to unfair prices for customers. A London tribunal ruled on Tuesday. Quote, Alex Neil, a consumer advocate who has worked on previous campaigns, is bringing the case against Sony, which is valued at up to £5 billion, $6.23 billion, plus interest. It goes on to clarify that, quote, the claim alleges customers have therefore paid higher prices for games and the add-on content than they would have done otherwise. Drix, are we getting cheated?
I mean, maybe not here locally, but I mean, who's to say if you have a dominant position in a market, you know, what would you do with it under any scenario? I'm just glad, you know, if we're going to get into talking about lawsuits, we've moved on from Microsoft in their acquisition of Activision.
Jeez, you're right. But I mean, this is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. I've only bought, you know, NTSC versions of games. Like, I haven't bought PAL versions of games. Or,
right, same.
You know, yeah, not a lot of imports in my house. But I'm wondering if they're talking about digital or physical.
I'm thinking the same thing. It has to be the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
Because they're talking about DLC.
Because sometimes there's like, you know, when people distribute products, there's like a minimum advertised price and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Ways that they regulate, you know, manufacturers' suggested retail price. So,
yeah.
I mean, if they're going over and people are buying and money is being made, pounds are being exchanged. But yeah, I don't know enough of my British parliamentary laws to know who crossed the line where, but seems like we'll have another interesting court case to talk about.
Yeah, absolutely, because it seems like the Europeans, they're really up on this shit. They really are all about, they regulated loot boxes. They made it so that you needed to be transparent about the results in whatever digital good you're buying. There's a lot that they're trying to do to minimize what they view is gambling or teaching children gambling. Like they really are trying to put a cap on that. And Sony, they don't really dip their toe into the live service and that kind of area a lot, but if I were to go over to London, and I were to be paying literally a higher price for the same things that I was paying back over here by a magnitude of
it must have been pretty bad.
Yeah, it must be pretty bad. The lawsuit is valued at up to £5 billion. That's a huge amount of money.
Yeah, that might be about how much they've made by, made or may not have price gouged out of people.
Exactly. And you know what? It's interesting to see where it might land for Sony with them having games like Foam Stars right around the corner that are free to play and focused more on a live service style model. It's interesting to see where this might go for them in light of the soon to be released free to play games.
Yes, or individually sold over a digital market, instead.
Right, just regular straight up DLC.
Yeah. Or accidental Fortnite V-Buck purchases.
You're right.
That show up on mom or dad's credit card.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that happened even with FIFA games.
Yeah, maybe people have been wandering into the wrong microtransactions.
They could have, but with Sony facing that lawsuit overseas, the Epic versus Google case for the fate of the Google Play Store and the hit game Fortnite's presence on it has just begun. Epic sued Google in 2020, and the suit itself began on the 6th of November. And Epic states that Google is monopolizing the app usage with its Play Store on the Android devices. And yesterday seemed like a big one for the case, as security experts from both companies gave their testimonials. All of this comes from The Verge, because it's been documenting the trial under the headline, quote, Epic v. Google, everything we're learning live in Fortnite court.
They're being taken to Fortnite court today.
Or 1v1 me.
Not going to be doing dances as part of their cross-examinations and things like that.
Not default dances, at least, because you take one look at this Verge article. This is the crazy part about this Verge article. You take one look at this Verge article, and you don't scroll but like 4 or 5 entries down, and you realize, holy shit, there's a huge amount of money going back and forth for these testimonials. Like Epic paying like $123,000 for this expert's testimonial and shit. It's crazy. There's a lot of money being thrown around to make sure that this whole App Store side loading Fortnite onto your Android device is just not even a thing.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, they might have to protect themselves from a countersuit from Apple or something.
I mean, okay, so for those who don't know, Fortnite is not available on the Google Play Store, and it must be downloaded via alternate side loading methods for users to play the game on their Google-powered Android devices. This is because Epic alleges that the 30% cut that Google takes makes it incredibly difficult to monetize on their platform. And Epic also claims that Google is illegally tying Google Play payments, the platform, to the Google Play Store, the App Store, and it keeps other potential payment app mechanisms from competing in that ecosystem. So that's the monopoly that Epic alleges that Google has. And in the Google suit, or in the suit, they Google goes into great detail about how, like, well, they go into a good amount of detail. I wouldn't say great detail, but they go into amount of detail as much as they need to about what it means to sideload, the dangers of sideloading. They say that they have quote unquote scare screens, like that. When you sideload something on here, hey, this might not be good. We don't offer it on the App Store. It's not authorized. You know what I mean? And when Epic is trying to say, well, why don't you just like notarize apps? Why don't you just do these extra things? Google's like, listen, dude, we already give people a lot of freedom to do whatever they want. And like doing all these things really like compromises all this stuff. And I'm like, wait, what? So it's interesting to read Google's reasoning for all these things. It's just it's a lot of corporate speak, legalese and stuff.
These are not the kind of documents that you read for fun.
Well, this guy, the Verge
article is good.
The Verge article is good. Sean Hollister, this guy, he's really, really good at putting all the ducks in a row. But it gets messy quick because they really get into the nitty gritty on the details.
Huh. Man, so not one but two big court cases that I'm sure you haven't heard the last of here on CFM Radio.
No,
what
absolutely not. The Epic versus Google is breaking till after the holiday. They'll resume on Monday, but
yep,
that's what I'm saying. They'll resume on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Boy, they have some exciting work to get back to.
Right.
The future of gaming, almost.
At least
tech boys. Tech boys being tech boys and duking it out with their technological properties.
At least on your Android device, jeez.
Yeah, the apps they be fighting.
Yeah.
And if I wouldn't recommend sideloading Fortnite onto any of your devices.
Probably not. You probably don't want to do that. But what you want to do is jam out to whatever we're listening to right here. What is this?
This is a song called Vapor Trail, or Background Music 1, from an arcade game called Vapor Trail.
Oh.
Yeah, Hyper Offense Formation.
Oh, well. Here it is, Vapor Trail, Background Music 1 from Vapor Trail, CFM Radio.
All right, we got a special dedication for all my cooking chickens out there on this Thanksgiving Eve. This one's for everybody in the kitchen from Parappa the Rappa.
Every single day, stress comes in every way. I ain't got no time for nobody. My style is rich, dope, fat, and rich. We'll make a cake today that looks rich. Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
Crack, crack, crack the egg into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
M-I-X the flour into the bowl.
Baking a cake, yes, means you gotta try. I'm doing this for years, but don't ask me why. Butter, butter, butter joins the bowl.
Butter, butter, butter joins the bowl.
We're making us a cake that you've never seen before.
We're making us a cake that you've never seen before.
Heat up the oven, now we're on a roll.
Heat up the oven, now we on a roll.
Cheap, cheap, cheap's the name of my soul.
Cheap, cheap, cheap's the name of your soul.
The other day, I was called a little turkey, but I'm a chicken, got it, your beef jerky. Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pile.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pile.
Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Put the cake in the oven for a while.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pile.
Leave it there, come on, clean the pile.
Here, I got a little sample.
Here, I don't have a sample.
Cause ample time's just what we don't have.
Cause money and time's just what we don't have.
A chicken in the kitchen is making all the sound. The cake is done while we were sitting around. All we gotta do is apply the final touches.
All we gotta do is apply the final touches.
Take out the shrimp, the clam, and the perches.
Take out the shrimps, the clam, and the perch.
The perch goes here, the clam goes there.
The perch goes here, the clam goes there.
The little tiny shrimps just go everywhere.
The little tiny shrimps just go everywhere.
Whatever you like's in the middle, fiddle.
Whatever you like's in the middle, fiddle.
Seafood cake comes just like the riddle.
Seafood cake comes just like the riddle.
Okay, that wasn't so hard, was it?
No problem. But how'd you get out the TV?
My name is Mike, come on, let's rub a karaoke. Get up on the stage and sing a little bit for me. Me, no not me, I'm a karaoke machine. I got two mics on my head and you're singing to me. Don't you wanna karaoke? Me, no not me, I'm a karaoke machine. My name is Mike, come on, let's rub a karaoke.
Oh yeah, CFM Radio.
That was Mike's theme from WarioWare Touched. Funny, his name is Mike and he's a karaoke machine.
Hey man, I love that singing robot.
Yup, good times. Now we got some nice Dolphin Park from Wave Race 64. That might be some nice background music for your holiday shopping.
Oh hell yeah, definitely a banger. Wave Race 64. Wave Race 64 had a very, very underrated soundtrack for a Nintendo 64 game. When you think Nintendo 64, you don't normally think excellent soundtrack. But I gotta tell you, there are a few games that really stand out. Wave Race 64 is 100% one of them.
Yeah, you definitely come across a few, relaxing, nostalgic playlists on YouTube with some nice Wave Race music. And even the Jer over at Ska Network, I think, did a cover of this song.
Oh hell
He
yeah.
does a lot of ska covers of popular songs and actually has some pretty sweet video game music over on his page, and he's even performing in New York, a whole big band ensemble of video game music. Yeah, the guy from Ska Network. He's in a band called Jer. and also in We Are the Union. Versatile musician.
Hell yeah, you heard it here on CFM Radio. And you know what else you're about to hear here? Some new releases. Well, there's only really one. We're going to talk about this release, along with some Black Friday deals that we really don't want you to miss. But first, it's the Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection. It releases today, November 22nd, from the Steam page. And this is all in caps, so you know they're serious. Hold on to your butts. The 8 and 16-bit era of Jurassic Park games has returned, commemorating 30 years of the iconic film. And the collection includes Jurassic Park 8-bit, Jurassic Park Portable, Jurassic Park 16-bit, Jurassic Park Sega Genesis, Jurassic Park 2 The Chaos Continues 16-bit, Jurassic Park The Chaos Continues Portable, and Jurassic Park Rampage Edition for the Sega Genesis. Drix, did you ever play any of these?
You know, yeah, I've played one on the Nintendo Entertainment System a long time ago. That's one of like my earliest games because I think that was my first console in my house. But yeah, back in the days of video game rentals, I rented that one, and then I ran into the one on the Sega Genesis. But yeah, there's definitely a few I haven't dipped into yet, but I'm a fan of limited run games and some of their other ports and stuff. So this is definitely going to be pretty cool. Nice little retro bunch to collect.
Huh, interesting. You know what? I might check this out because I've never played any of these ones. I've only played like the ones on like the 32X and the PC where you're like in the park and it's like first person dungeon crawler style. Like,
oh yeah,
I played those. I like those.
So yeah, it definitely covers a few like action kind of genres and perspectives. So, you know, maybe not every game in there will be your cup of tea, but there's definitely a nice variety, and all dinosaur themed. Who doesn't love dinosaurs? Like,
dinosaurs are awesome.
Some kids, you can just get them anything with a T-Rex on it, and they'll have a great time.
Dinosaurs are awesome. Anybody who likes Jurassic Park should really check this out. Sounds like it's a classic. Jurassic Park Classic Games Collection releases today on pretty much everything. Steam, Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox consoles. Go and grab it if you like it. And let's get to some of these Black Friday deals. You know, I got a couple of these written down here. This one really caught my eye from QVC of all places. You know, you go on QVC, one of the best deals on new games is there. And you can get like 20% off your first order of $40 or more when you use the promo code HOLIDAY20, all capitals, HOLIDAY20. The promo can drop new Nintendo Switch games like Mario Wonder, RPG. You get the new Sonic. You know, you can get pretty much any Nintendo game. They never drop in price. Grab yourself Metroid. Grab yourself Pikmin 1 and 2. Pikmin 4, right? Pikmin 4, Strategy Game of the Year, Game Awards nominee.
Yep.
You know, go for it. That seemed like a really, really good deal to me. But it's a one-time use code, so you got to pick carefully. Again, that code on QVC online is HOLIDAY20.
Nice. That is a tasty tip for anyone out there.
Yeah, and you know, if you're on the PC side of things, Epicgames is also offering its Epic coupon on the Epicgames store. The coupon knocks 33% off of a game on the Epic store, on the Epic Games Store, and you have until the 28th, November 28th at 11 a.m. to use it. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Eastern Standard. The discount works on all kinds of games. You can get games like Alan Wake 2, brings it down to $30, $35. You know, knocks 33% off. So it's pretty good. You can get any of these like the new Star Wars game, the Jedi Fallen Order game. There's a lot there. Epic Game Store is an underrated little value hut, and this Epic Game coupon pretty much works on the whole store. So just get the game you've always wanted to get.
Yeah, there's definitely something on there. You know, they kind of roped a lot of people in when they gave out GTA 5 for free. That was like years back. So, yeah, definitely a coupon you might want to deploy if you've got the money burning a hole in your pocket.
I mean, even if you might not, knocking 33% off of a game that might already be on sale, you know what I mean? Like, or like a budget title already, you know, you could get a game like Doom Eternal and all the shit with it, probably for like $20.
Yeah, no, that is a great deal on a good time.
You know, so Epic Game Store, get your coupon, knocks 33% off of pretty much anything. Go for it. And you know what, guys? If you're in the market for a console, video game console, Walmart is selling the Xbox Series S, the 512 gigabyte model. It's white, and it's selling them with an extra controller for $289.99. And that's less than the regular cost of $299.99 alone. And you get an extra controller.
Wow. Yeah. Back that bad boy up with some Game Pass time.
Yeah.
And you're having a good old time. You and a friend are also, you know, another charged controller for when your battery drains.
Yeah, right? Absolutely. And you know, come to think of it, there's a lot of games on Game Pass that you can play local co-op with on your Xbox. Yep. So if you need a console, if you've been behind on this generation, it's a Series S, so it's not going to be like the most amazing thing in the world, and it's not going. I don't know if it's 4K. I don't think it's 4K, but you're playing everything. You're playing Starfield. You're playing Like a Dragon Gaiden. You're playing Persona 5. You're playing all the Personas. You're playing Persona 3 Reload when it comes out on Game Pass. So if you're in the market for a console, Xbox Series S, they got you covered at Walmart.
Yep. And Microsoft is trying to pack a lot of value into Game Pass, and yeah, same thing with their consoles. Yeah, I hear Armored Core 6 is going on a Black Friday sale in some retail stores, coming down to $30 as well. And I just want to highlight that the players in the PvP arena, you know, they could really use the fresh meat out there, you know, just building mechs and fighting them. There's a couple good. There's actually like Armored Core 6 fight clubs and you know, tournaments that happen. And I've seen some good video of fights. Once you know, if you're worried it's going to knock you out because it's too hard, pick it up at half price and you won't feel so bad.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, it's another one of those things, if you're in the market for, like, if you have a PlayStation 5, head on over to Target. Target's got your back with Final Fantasy 16, knocking it down to $40. You've got Marvel Midnight Suns at Target, the deluxe edition, $30, 30. You've got, there's a lot of games. There's a lot of Switch games on sale. Rune Factory 4 knocked down to $30. Fae Farm knocked down to $40. You know, there's a lot of good stuff at Target. Walmart has even more game deals. GameStop's got a lot of good stuff. Trade in some games, you get a lot of good stuff. GameStop Pro members, check your emails. You got some good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you don't want to spend any money, be sure to pick up your copy of Half-Life on Steam as well, if you haven't already. If you've been around long enough, chances are you might already have a copy of Half-Life in your Steam library. But that's a classic game everybody should have in their Steam library.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Again, don't forget to check out Steam. Steam's autumn sale is until the 28th. I got the Age of Wonders Dragon Dawn DLC for like $8, so it's pretty good. I thought it was all right. There's a lot of nice little games on there that you could just pick up for pittance. You know, a lot of good games from last year, a lot of games from this year that came out earlier in the year are going on sale. So make sure you check out Steam too. We've got a lot of stuff there. We also have another game that is going free that's very recent, but only for a limited time. But before we jump into that, Drix, what is this groovy track that we've got playing?
We got some Super Monkey Ball 2. This is World 3, Under the Ocean.
Ooh, we love our Monkey Ball World 3 Under the Ocean. CFM Radio. We are live. We'll be back.
No one is safe.
CFM Radio, we're back.
We are back. And that was a powerful jam from Killer Instinct 2, the Streets theme, the TJ combo stage. And right now, we got Wheelie Breakers background music Race 5, or Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D for the Wii, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh!
Nice.
For the Wii.
I thought I recognized this track. I played a lot of 5Ds on the Wii.
I didn't know they might have made a racing game.
Hey, you know
Dual
what?
racing.
That was kind of the gimmick, right?
Yeah, I mean that was the Saturday morning cartoon of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Variety at the time. So
And hell
there you
yeah.
have it.
And we've got another familiar one for you. And this one, you can jump right on because it's free.
Oh yeah,
At least
some
till
free
28th.
giving.
At least
Yep,
till 28th.
Yeah, I do enjoy a good free weekend on Steam. They have some interesting titles.
And I think this title is very interesting and I don't know if anybody else is going to, but I was very surprised because it is Diablo 4 will be free on Steam until November 28th. That is right, Diablo 4, brand new Activision Blizzard game, free until the 28th for Steam users. On Twitter, they announced this. And the Twitter post reads, quote, "Give thanks and drag your friends to hell. Play Diablo 4 for free on Steam from now until November 28th at 10 a.m. Pacific time. And if you haven't played the latest Blizzard Dungeon Crawler yet, you can now for another 6 days via Steam for free."
Yeah, that's awesome. It's quite the departure from their Battle.net upbringing.
Yes, very much so. And you know, if you like the game, you always can buy it.
Yeah,
Because it too is on a rather deep discount. I think you could get it on off of the Blizzard store right now for like $40.
yeah, that's not the price I paid for it. I'll tell you what.
And hey,
But that is it's a good game though. I'm about ready to circle back to that one as well as Street Fighter 6. But also, yeah, I love the character that you see featured in all the artwork. You know.
absolutely. And hey, you know, it's one of those things where this game, Diablo 4, you know that if you start playing it during this free time until the 28th on Steam, if you start playing it now, you're totally going to meet a bunch of people because you know there are a lot of people playing this game.
Yeah, it's pretty easy and also very fun and kind of streamlined and simple to go around and interact. And you know, you don't need to worry about your friend's level being too high or they're too far in the game. Like it's all very balanced so that you can play with everybody, and a lot of interesting like random events on the map and stuff. A lot to do, a lot of fun to be had. You know, find your character and your build, and you know, they'll give you that first taste for free this weekend.
Absolutely. And you know what? It's about that time. We'll wrap this up in a minute here. Thank you for hanging out with us on your pre-Thanksgiving. But before we get going, we're gonna lay down a couple more tracks. Drix, what do we got in the can?
Right now, we're listening to Lethal League Blaze,
Ooh.
a song called "Ordinary Days."
Ordinary Days, Lethal League Blaze, Hideki Naganuma all over this one. We are live,
Yeah.
CFM Radio.
Ordinary
Yo, that was a song by the late, great David Bowie. And it was for a game called Omicron, the Nomad Soul. If you're into old PC titles, you can pick that bad boy up on Steam for $1.50 right now.
What? That's crazy.
Yeah, kind of a sleeper track.
Yeah,
Something you don't
seriously.
often hear from David Bowie.
No, not at all. That's one of those, like, one of these, like, Zelda moments. Like, you know, we found something pretty. That's a big W. You know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
and hey, you know what? I think that with such a great track, that's dedicated to all of us gamers out here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a note as any to end off on. Drix,
It's been fun, man. Vector,
it
we'll
is-
see you. Might see you in the Armored Core Arena this weekend. Who knows?
who knows? You know, I definitely have got some crack egg bowling to do.
Yeah. Yeah, like that Parappa the Rappa song from earlier. A lot of people had to throw that one out for all the chefs getting down probably tonight and tomorrow. Nice
Absolutely.
cooking rep. So, happy Thanksgiving, everyone.
Thank you for tuning in on this pre-Thanksgiving show for CFM Radio, full of lawsuits and news and great Black Friday deals. Don't forget to check them out. Save yourself some money on some great games. And for all of us here, we're out. Have a good night.
I know that